Hey y'all, it is Samantha.
And it is Kay.
And we are here with an episode of A
Brunch Session.
Alright, Kanithia, how was your week?
Well, I think everyone in West Palm is aware of the protest that happened. It started off pretty peaceful, but then from what I heard, things got intense. I wasn't able to make it. My little cousin graduated and we had a parade for them. So from what I was told, I-95 got closed down. I heard it was some fires. I was told that we were put on a curfew. I think around 11, Chick-fil-A was closing early. Thank God I got inside so I can get me some macaroni. But no, I heard things got really, really intense. And that's the first time for West Palm. So 561 stand up.
Yeah, low key, because Walmart, I think Walmart was looted last night, the one on Congress. Then Best Buy on Palm Beach Lakes was messed up.
They sold me a faulty computer one time, so I'm not really too sad about that.
That's my favorite spot, bruh. I love Best Buy.
Now you see how I felt when I heard about Target, but then everything with Target Blue came out and I was like, Target.
I mean, there's probably a backstory to, you know, whatever's going on with Best Buy, but I think they also looted the Walmart on Belvedere. So they got some spots now.
I think they looted Best Buy because of the appliances and electronics. Because they looted Apple too. And what people fail to realize... What you mean
Apple? You mean the mall?
They looted Apple at the store.
In the mall?
I think so. I know they stole iPhones. I don't think they looted Apple, but I know they stole iPhones and they looted a phone company place and they was taking phones and laptops and iPads and everything. But I think what people fail to realize is those things are just up for display. Like they don't work and they're all being tracked. So if you guys are looting electronic stores and trying to sell phones, you will be tracked. They are not for use. Pause
for a second. You telling me if somebody goes and steals an unopened phone? I'm not talking about the ones that are on display. I'm talking about the unopened phones.
So those are very secure. I was told that people couldn't even get to those. So they started stealing the ones that were on display. But people always joke about stealing things that are on display, but without realizing that there are just for display. You can't use them.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, they're still on a charger all day, so the battery is fried on a lot of those appliances. And then I was told that the company sent out an email. I think Apple sent out a text message to the phones and was like, this device has been disabled. It is being tracked.
Oh, snap.
So people, it makes no sense to steal them and think that you can use them or resell them because they're not going to work. So FYI, for those out there that are thinking about breaking into T-Mobile, don't do it.
You can't even sneak in the T-Mobile back room though, for real.
You really can. They got that thing locked tight. Locked tight. Something you just really cannot get into. It's just not possible. So that was the first of West Palm though. My aunt was saying, finally West Palm, finally Palm Beach standing up because Trump likes to come to Palm Beach a lot and call. Oh yeah,
because of his estate that's over here. Sucker.
I think he had Trump Towers too. I've delivered there one time, but they got money.
Yeah, I knew somebody that used to work there as a security guard. They was eating good.
What?
They was eating good.
Crazy. Bro. So I'm glad to see West Palm finally stood up. Finally did something because I was seeing all these other cities. So when I saw West Palm actually doing it and Fort Lauderdale actually doing it, I was like, wow, it's serious. West Palm will do nothing. We don't stand up for anything.
We're not about to do this today, Kanithia, because it seemed like you trying to do this. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. Please stop.
Okay, so what about you?
Girl, same. I'm dealing with this craziness, like trying to take it in. Every day I hear something new. I heard there was another person that just passed away from police brutality. I'm hearing that they're last minute telling people about the curfew, so they're still stopping people when they see people driving. And a lot of people don't know, like for me, I never received that notification on my phone.
Me neither.
So I'm sitting here like the only reason I knew is because I went on Instagram and saw people posting pictures like, hey y'all, curfew. But I would have not known, and if I left and went out, what could have happened to me? And things like that piss me off, because it's like you can't sit here and forcefully stop people when you telling people after the fact. I know some people were posting saying their curfew was at 8. They didn't get the notification for curfew until 8:15. Like, how does that work?
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And then I don't remember what city it was in, but there was these 2 black kids that were driving, not even a part of the protest, literally driving through, did not know about what was going on. Literally got stopped. The girl got pulled out of the car by the cops. It was like, ooh, it was a lot of cops. It was probably more than 5. They go ahead and pull her out of the car.
For
She's in the
car?
passenger. Yeah, bruh. For one, and then the girl, they pull her out. The guy, he's in the driver's seat, and he's not even doing anything, and they're tasing him. So you're watching him just being tased, and they're trying to pull him out the car. And I'm just like, what is going on? Come to find out, these kids did not even know anything about what was going on for real, for real. They weren't a part of the protest. They were literally trying to drive home.
And that's so crazy, because there's been so many videos out about protesters being mishandled by the police that so many stories are getting lost. I didn't even know about this until you just told me. But it's like the news, the media outlets, the blogs, they really cannot keep up with everything that's going on, because it's so much happening. And that's one of the first things that we did want to discuss, was basically cops getting physical with peaceful protesters, ruining protester supplies, undercover cops, and these groups of white supremacists being what's the word I'm looking for, basically just causing holy hell, writing kill cops on buildings to basically elicit more tension between the protesters and the cops, because not to stand up for the cops or make an excuse or anything like that, but if you are a cop and you do see kill cops on a building, in your mind you don't know who wrote that. You don't know if it was a protester or if it was someone else saying, just trying to get you as a cop riled up, so that the first thing you think to do is go into the protest with your hand on your weapon. And that's not okay, because people are out here just peacefully protesting, and so many people have put up videos of police officers ruining their supplies, throwing their waters away, recording them doing it. And I'm just like, why are you doing this?
Because they have a lot of energy. That's the thing. And their energy is hate. That's what they're using it for. The same thing as there are white people, white supremacists, that are making their way to whatever protest is going on and literally writing Black Lives Matter, breaking into certain stores, and a black woman videotaped it. It was just like, you know, hey, you guys need to stop. They're gonna think this is us. You guys need to stop. But why are they doing that? Because they're trying to show that all these protests, all these, you know, riots and everything that are happening is all negative. They're trying to put a huge negative connotation on what we're trying to do that is positive. We're trying to make changes. And you being a white supremacist coming over there, you got a lot of energy in the wrong direction. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, you are not going to win.
Exactly.
Point blank, period.
And it's creating more issues that were already there between the police and these protesters. So I would definitely say that anyone that's out there protesting, just be aware and just be mindful and seeing what other people are doing. If you do notice someone putting kill cops or Black Lives Matter and they're not black, or they're just doing it and you feel like that looks kind of weird, stop them. Take out your phone, record them, and say, hey, who are you? Because the video that I saw, that white man looked crazy. He had his mask on and he was looking real just into this woman's camera, like angry, so hateful. And I was like, you're doing this because you want the cops to come and see this and say, oh, you guys want to kill cops? I'm going to kill you first. And there's no excuse for cops to be out here mishandling protesters. But unfortunately, police are seeing these on these buildings and they don't know who wrote this. Kill cops? That's like you going into a building and someone saying, let's all kill black people. You're going to be like on guard. Like,
exactly.
I'm coming in there direct with force. So definitely if you see something, say something.
Because it's getting real crazy out there. And we can't tell who's for us and who's against us, because they're all they're all with the same energy right now. So I don't know. I just feel some type of way about this whole thing. I feel that I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it is last minute. I feel that this energy should have we should have done this about 2 weeks ago when Ahmaud passed away.
Yeah.
Why is it when a cop kills somebody we care, but when a white male, 2 white males matter of fact, kill a person who's jogging, we didn't have that type of energy? It's now when it's the police do it, we have that energy. I don't understand that. That's what confuses me the most, because the only difference is that one person is working and the other person isn't. That's the only difference I see. At the end of the day, it's 2 white supremacists feeling like it's their authority to protect or save themselves, and they go out there and kill us. Why is it now that we're doing that?
I saw a lot of people posting, obviously, when that news hit the media, because he died, I want to say, I think it was like a month or 2 before it hit the media. From what, maybe not. I'm thinking about Breonna Taylor, but
even with that too, it's just
that didn't hit until way later. She died earlier in the year, and it didn't hit until maybe like a month or 2 later. But I did see people posting about Ahmaud, but you're definitely right. These protests really happened when George Floyd came. That's when things just went left, like all the way left. When that happened, people were like, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired. Like, we cannot keep on asking for justice. We have to demand it. So that definitely elicited people. I don't know what happened, what that switch was, but people just stopped caring.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just like what your cousin has said. Imagine if all these black people were not afraid to die. Like, imagine if we did not care if we were going to live or die. All we cared to do was prove our worth. Prove that we can change what's going on. We can change it. Like, if fear wasn't in the forefront of our motives for a lot of certain things, we could have changed this whole world. This whole country, we could have changed it.
It's so funny that you speak about fear, because this morning I was watching a sermon from Dr. Darius Daniels, and he basically was talking about heart attacks, and he was talking about it in an emotional sense, because our heart is the center of our being, and it controls our mental, our emotional, our physical. Like, it controls so much. And he was talking about fear and how the enemy will try to use fear to stop you from reaching your purpose,
100%.
To help you lose your focus. So a lot of people, and he even used the example of the media, these news outlets posting these videos of black people getting killed. And you read these numbers, you know, black people are the lowest, are the last group to graduate, and you see all these negative things. And me being in social work, I see it all the time. We love to just put out statistics, and it deters you.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like, dang, like, what do black people have? Like, all these numbers are saying that we're the last for so many things. And it makes you feel scared. It brings fear inside of you, and that's what the media and the enemy tries to do.
100%.
It puts out these stories, it puts out these things so that when you see it, you get afraid. You're like, well, I don't want to die.
Especially because me and my sister, we did want to do the protest. We actually really were about to do the protest. But then we started thinking, we know our mother, she's going to be like, oh, I only got 2 kids and y'all not going to go out there and do that. Why? It's because on social media, on news, they're not talking about the peaceful protest. Orlando had a peaceful protest. My friends were there. It was peaceful. They were in front of the Capitol. Well, I don't know what building they were in front of, but they were in front of a building. It was a peaceful, easy protest. They're not showing that on social media. They're not showing that on the internet as much. They're portraying the riots. They're portraying the looting. So people that do want to support, they're terrified for their lives. I had a friend tell me they don't want to go because they're too skinny and they're scared they might die if they go there. It's kind of like, dang, you don't even want to support because you're already at a 10. You're so fearful. That's what they're really instilling in us, fear. We don't want to make any moves because we are too afraid. Yeah,
that's what they want to do. That's what the enemy wants to do. So with fear, sometimes it's never going to go away. Like, fear is an emotion. It's just like anger, sadness. However, you can push through that fear. You can still say, you know what, I'm going to stand for something. Because at the end of the day, it's going to continue unless we do stand up, unless we do say something. And I know that a lot of people are afraid out there, but one thing that Dr. Darius said was, do not allow the enemy to take your heart. The enemy can try to take whatever he wants to take. He can take your family. He can take your job, your money, whatever it is. But do not allow him to take your heart, because he used the example of Job in the Bible. The devil told God to take everything, you know. He tested Job. Take everything that he loved, but Job didn't lose his heart, even in moments where he felt weak. Even in moments where he felt weak, he still did not allow the devil to take his heart. And I think that's what got him through those hard times. So I'm going to say to everyone out there, just don't allow the devil to take your heart. Don't allow the media, white supremacists to take your heart. Because one thing that black people have, we have a lot of heart. Like, we have been through so much. We've been through slavery. We've been through inequality throughout all realms of the world. And we've been able to still overcome that just from having a strong and courageous heart. So for sure, everyone out there, just like keep on fighting, keep on going, and overcome that fear.
And you know what that reminds me of? There's a video that's trending right now. It's of a white cop. This video is actually, I believe, in 2016, so it was years ago, but I guess now because of everything it's resurfaced. And it's this white cop basically saying, I'm gonna explain to you exactly why black people are being mistreated by whites, especially by the police. And he brought up Bible, and he brought up the chapter Hebrew. And while he was talking about Hebrew, he was saying, you know, if you remember, if you read, it says that Pharaoh was terrified of the Israelites. He was terrified to a point where he started realizing they were outnumbering him. They were outnumbering his people. And his fear, he wanted to suppress them. He wanted to put them in a position where they still felt less than. When that wasn't working and they were still outnumbered, what he did, he told his people, listen, kill every newborn male. Kill everyone. Kill all of them.
Yep.
Which is why, you know, the story of Moses where his mother, you know, put him in a basket and X, Y, and Z. But point blank period, it's the fact that that's kind of a real representation of what's going on right now. Us as black people, we're elevating to a point where white people are terrified of us. And the only way that they can put us in a box or belittle us is, one, give us lower pay than everybody else that works. Another thing is belittling us, constantly making us feel as though we can't build our own businesses, we can't do anything for ourselves. Anytime we do things for ourselves, they cancel it out. Banks aren't allowing us to get loans, you know, things of that nature. Then on top of that, they're now using the police to put all our black males in jail. If it's not jail, it's killing them. We have people who sell weed who are going to jail for 10 years, but you got people, white people who commit manslaughter going to jail for 5 years plus probation, or not even 5 years. Some of them just get probation after killing somebody. And you telling me somebody got to be in jail for 7 years plus for weed? Huh?
That's what they do. The criminal system is a new form of slavery. That's what they do. They want to stop us from outgrowing them because they know that they really cannot stop black people
at all.
We have shown resilience time and time again. So a lot of them, when they do see that, they get afraid. So they feel like, you know what, how can we stop this? Because they never wanted us to be free in the first place.
Exactly.
If a lot of them had their way, we would still be picking cotton right now. They want us to know our place. They want us to know that they are the head honcho, that we are just below them. But they fail to realize that black people are they're not believing that anymore. At least I hope not. I hope a lot of people have been mentally freed to understand that we're not below anybody.
Exactly.
We might have went through a lot, and our history might tell us that, you know what, it's going to take X and Y and Z amount of years for us to reach the capital of average white person. But that doesn't mean anything because God doesn't work by numbers.
Exactly.
God doesn't care about that. God doesn't care what CNN, what Fox News, what all these political people say. God doesn't care. He does not care at all. So if you want it bad enough, you can achieve anything that you really want to achieve. It's just we got to fight a bit harder for that, which sucks. And that's why people are protesting right now, because we shouldn't have to. we're just as smart, we're just as capable. We should not have to tell anyone that. Unfortunately, though, a lot of white people and other races too, not even just white people, feel like we do got to prove to them we are as good as you, and we don't.
My thing is, even if we prove it to them, they're still not going to see our worth.
Yeah.
It don't matter how many things that we've
true.
done in this world, how many things we've done in the U.S. that they've taken, you know, taken the name and made it for themselves. They take what we've done and made it themselves. Why? Because they don't want to. Let me be honest. Let's remember what the U.S. was built off of. It was built off of them stealing from the Native Americans.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. Like
enslaving people,
being superior, stealing. Like, why are we sitting here thinking that they're gonna change it up for us? We're nobody to them. We're their slaves. We're their workers. When they see that we're overpowering them, now they're trying to kill us and do the most for it.
Yeah.
We will never, in their mindset, never be equal to them. We can't keep trying to prove it to them. We gotta prove it to ourselves. That's the whole thing. If we prove it to ourselves, that's it.
And I think a lot of people are fighting to just don't kill us. I can only speak for myself when I say this, but I don't need a white person to think that, oh, Kanithi is as good as me. She's as smart as me. Just don't kill us. And don't try to stop us from getting the same opportunities. You can look at me and think that I'm an N-word to yourself all day. Because I'm going to look at you and think that you are a colonizer. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you can think whatever you want to think about me. I don't care. But you're going to respect me. At least respect me. Treat me with equality. That's all people are asking for. Like, if I'm doing the same job as you, pay me the same pay. If you're going to stop me and give me a ticket, just give me a ticket and keep on going. You don't got to yank me out the car. You don't got to scream in my face. You don't have to pay me less. You don't have to treat me that way. I think a lot of people, at least from what I can tell from speaking to my other black friends, they're not asking you to think that I'm as good as you, because there are black people that you look at and you don't feel that they're as good as you for whatever reason. So they're not asking for people to say, treat me like I'm as good. A lot of them are just saying, yo, just don't treat me with that kind of disrespect. Like, just don't kill me. Because we live in America where whoever you are, if you don't like someone, you don't like them. But one thing that Bernie Mac said this, he said that you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect me.
True.
You don't got to care for me. We don't got to kick it. We don't got to be friends. You don't have to applaud me, but you will respect me. And that's all a lot of people are asking for. Just give me that respect as a human being, because I'm just like you. We eat, we have families, we have struggles as well. And a lot of us believe in the same God, but it's so crazy how you can misinterpret that.
That's true.
Like, you claim the Bible, but it's like, what? And now Trump made a speech basically releasing the National Guard on protesters.
Wow. I ain't shocked. But I heard that he's been wanting for martial law for a while.
Yeah, he always threatens it. Anytime something happens, he's like, the National Guard. Anytime something happens, he is so ready to just say, the military officials. And I'm just like,
why the president gotta be in charge? Why this president gotta be in charge of that? Come on now.
It's like any little thing, he always goes straight toward that. And I saw them driving when I was on my way to Miami a few days ago, and I saw them on I-95, and I was like, well, they've officially reached here. And you see them, and I'm just like, I mean, a small part of me understands why they're here, because people are burning down buildings. Like, to some degree, you can't just allow buildings to burn.
Yeah.
You do have to gain control, but you know, that's always his first resort. Instead of trying to find out a way to stop it, it's just like the National Guard. And I'm like, you know what?
Well, they gotta stop with this martial law thing, because we got a crazy president. Who knows how far he gonna take it? Like, we're already at curfew where you're shooting at people who are stepping outside on their porches. Like,
Trump gonna take it far. Trump don't care. That whole when they go low, we go high. Trump said, nah, I'm gonna take it to the floor with you. When you go low, I'm going lower. Okay, you wanna play? Trump is a low man.
Yeah.
He gonna stoop to however low he gotta get to get his point across. So people, just be safe out there. Just realize that the military and National Guard, they are coming, and they coming steep.
How you about to travel?
What do you mean?
If you traveling and there's a curfew, you ain't going.
I'm going.
You ain't going.
I think the curfew, was 11.
Okay. She ain't going, y'all. She's supposed to go to where you going? She was supposed to go to Orlando. Oh, Orlando. Never mind.
See, that's why I'm going. I gotta get the hell up out of here. I'm tired of being home.
Girl.
I love my people, but mom, brothers, I need to go and clear my mind. So I'll be back though.
Don't come back.
I gotta come back. My birthday. I gotta
okay,
get my birthday money.
Birthday, huh?
Birthday money.
Tell them to cash app it to you.
No, I need my money cash in hand.
Where are you gonna go with this curfew? Where are you gonna go with stores being looted and stuff? Where are you gonna go and spend this money?
Well, it's something called online.
Nigga, didn't we just explain that we trying not to support other businesses?
There are black-owned businesses online.
What you about to buy?
I actually don't want to buy anything. I just want the money.
Okay.
It's something so nice about looking at your account and just seeing it.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all know, but today is Tuesday. I don't know what day you guys are going to watch this, but today is Blackout Tuesday. So today is a day where you're not supposed to buy anything at all. Us black people, we're not supporting anything whatsoever unless it's black, and that's it. So I just, don't buy nothing, y'all, right now. Don't buy nothing. If anything, go on your online websites, look at your YouTubers that are, black YouTubers or black Instagram influencers that are selling their things, and support that. But other than that,
yeah, we ain't rocking with it today. And we need to start buying black in general.
Yeah, we do. We need to stop eating out. And stop, because let's be realistic. They instill in place these places like McDonald's and Taco Bell and all that stuff. It's all strategic. Y'all know that, right?
So strategic.
Like, we have plants. What you call it? What do they call those big
herbs?
No, not herbs, but the actual corporation plants. They place them things in those urban areas. Why?
To kill us off. Because when I went to Palm Beach, when I was doing delivery dudes at a very low point in my life, West Palm Beach and Palm Beach look like two different worlds. I mean, I came from Popeyes to now all of a sudden you have cafes.
Yeah.
You have restaurants. You have all kinds. I didn't see a Wendy's in Palm Beach.
That's because they ain't eating what we
I didn't see not one Taco Bell, but you go to West Palm Beach and you cross them tracks, the first thing you're going to hit is a Wendy's.
Or a KFC.
or a Popeyes, McDonald's, the first thing you're going to hit.
But those businesses are literally owned by white people.
Yeah.
So if we stop supporting them and we go to the grocery store, buy stuff, if anything, I don't really know any black grocery stores. That's
a problem. I wish that we need more businesses. We need more bigger businesses, more global businesses. I would love for us to open up our own grocery store, open up our own.
We need to own our own beauty supply store and stop these Indian and Asians owning them. How about that?
Yeah. It's a lot that we can do, you guys. Like I said, you don't have to just be out there protesting. You can do so much to help out. Supporting black-owned businesses. You can even start up your own. Like, if you really have an idea of a black-owned business and you're too afraid to do it, because we need you.
But do something we actually need. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of people that pick things that aren't needed. Like, they just do it because it's what's in right now.
We don't need another boutique. But if you want to open up your own boutique, girl or boy, I am fully supporting you. However, all I'm saying is we have a lot of them. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, cause my thing is like, okay, for example, like I'm not no business person, but in my mindset, this is how I think. I know a lot of people prefer, because I know there are a lot of black women, they go to cosmetology school or go and become estheticians, and they have their own businesses, their own locations and all that stuff. But the thing is that you got to book appointments to get them. Sometimes you got to book appointments, well, a month in advance. Why not all these black cosmetologists come together and have their own storefront? Instead, like, how about let's do what the Asians do? Let's implement what they're doing for us. Let's do it for ourselves.
That's because black people have been programmed to feel like we're competition to each other. Because we won't partner with another black person. Because we have this crabs in the bucket mentality. We feel like we got out. Because you rarely hear about a black person really getting out. When you do it, it's like, oh, I gotta maintain it. I gotta hoard it. I have to keep it. A lot of black people see other black folks as competition, but Asian people, they're gonna help each other out. Hispanic people, they come to this country together and they live together. I had a friend in high school explain to me that a lot of them, they come all at once as a unit, and then they help each other to build up, you know, landscaping businesses or whatever it is that they want to do. So once another person gets on, they move out of the home. Then they help the other family get on. So they literally are pulling each other up. That's why you see so many of them cutting grass, whatever that joke used to be. I don't care what you're doing, they're doing it together. And
let's be real, they're making money.
They're making bank.
Let's be real, who wants to go out there and cut their own grass? No one's doing that. No one's doing landscape for themselves. No one's cutting their own grass. You're paying people to do that. You're giving them bank. Weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the case. Come on now.
They're helping each other. I mean, my family, we did recently hire a black landscaper, but at the same time, a lot of people still use the Hispanic landscaper in my neighborhood. So at the end of the day, it's like black people, we have to stop seeing each other as competition. We can all eat. Let's all eat. Let's all win. It don't have to be just one of us at the table. And first of all, we can put our own damn table.
Legit.
And bring each other along. So girl, if you doing eyelashes, let's do eyelashes together. Like, stop looking at it and saying like, is she better than me, or side-eyeing her. Come together as one. Help each other out. That's all we're saying. Like, we have to stop looking at each other as, you're my competition. Samantha is not my competition. Like, I'm gonna help her however I can. Even though we're doing two different things. She's doing chiropractor, I'm doing, I don't even know quite yet, social work, I guess. We're doing different things, but we're not competition. Like, and even another black social worker, you're not my competition. Another black chiropractor, that's not really her competition. Like, we're in it together. We know how hard we had to work. So let's help each other out. We're not crabs in a bucket, y'all. We are the cream of the crop.
Like, amen, amen, amen,
nigga,
amen.
Like,
ooh, you had to put that in there?
I did.
But like, honestly, like, I don't understand why is it that it becomes so difficult for us to do things together. Because I'm literally watching these Asians open up a store. We don't even know who owns that bitch. If anytime you walk into a black store, you know who owns that black store. And I don't like that. Like, if we all working together, let's all work together. I don't need to know you're the person who gives everyone the paycheck. I need to see you in the back like everybody else in the back. Supporting, doing the whole thing. It has to be teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. I would hate to sit here and be the only rich person in my group. Like, I want everybody around me to be rich. I don't see why people don't have that same mentality. Like, my girl B. Simone, she said, I'm not going to sit here and be the only one at the table buying jets or paying for dinner. Everybody, at one point in time, going to have to pay for this junk too. It's not going to only be me sitting here doing that. And I respect that. Like, how would you feel if your friends, literally your friends, are all broke? You could put them on, help them out, but you choose not to. Because of what? Because you don't want them on the same level as you? That's not your friend then. Money is your friend.
That's not your friend if your friend is having you do dirt for them.
And back to talking about B. Simone, she is one of the many celebrities that a lot of people are bashing right now. because she is not quote unquote promoting or protesting the way they want her to. So she kind of claps back and says, please don't judge someone on their support. Long as they support, there's peace and protest, prayer and war, support and combat, aid and justice. All things are needed. Let us fight in a way we know how or can. Every army has a support team and soldiers on the front line.
Yeah.
So I respected that. I'm like, that's true. You don't have to be, you know, standing in the middle of the street with your sign and you're the only, that's the only way you can support. The thing that kind of confused me, not really confused me, but just had to make me think bigger a little bit, is it's all about a bigger plan. I'm walking in my purpose. I won't stop. I fight every day in different ways. Today is no different. Basically, you know.
Don't look at me. You follow her. I don't even know her like that.
I mean, my thing is like I said, there's too many different ways for us to support. If I sit down in my house and I pray all day, every day, that's my way of supporting. It shouldn't be looked at as I'm not doing enough, which is what we talked about in the last podcast where the football player was talking about, you know, he's praying and people were just like, that's not enough. Like, huh? You telling me my God ain't enough? How that work?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that she's saying that, but it's like when you talk about I'm all about a plan, I'm walking in my purpose and I won't stop. It's like, okay, are you gonna do the blackout thing with us? Like, are you not gonna promote about your manifestation book and things like that? It's like, I understand you're in your purpose, but this right here is bigger than all of us. It's bigger than our purposes at this moment. This is us coming together with our purposes and support. If you're kind of on the outside saying, well, I'm gonna still do me, I'm gonna still do what I gotta do, and I'll see y'all in the next life or whatever the case is, kind of like, are you really for us or with us? Because this is a big thing right now. This is not something small. I respect the fact that you're in your purpose, but aren't all blacks supposed to come together right now in some way, some shape or form? So it's like, I'm with her with the first message, her saying, you know, everybody protesting helps out in a different way. But when you segue into saying your purpose is like, your purpose is manifesting things for yourself and for the people around you, and you've now made a book for them. I respect that, but now it's not about making money for real. It's about showing that we're all all together, and in a way where we're on the, not to say front lines, but we're in a way where people see us, people know that we're supporting one another, people know that we're coming together. When you saying things like that, people don't know you coming together. People see that I'm just prepared to do what I gotta do for me. If you ain't, I'm not with what y'all doing. Like, I got bigger things. I'm in my purpose, so I got bigger things to worry about than what you're talking about. Yeah. So it comes off like that. I get it, but at the same time, it's, you know, maybe she worded it wrong. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I think she worded it a little bit wrong, because it comes across as you basically saying that I still got, you know, my money to get. I still got my things that I have going on. Back to her first point, I agree. And it just goes back to people feeling like if they don't see it, they don't believe it. Yeah. People feeling like, oh, if I don't see you out here making that money, then you ain't making that money. But they have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. You could have a Porsche in your garage, but if they don't see it, you ain't got that Porsche. So a lot of people want to see folks post about things. Me personally, I think that I can understand why people say that, because yes, I would like to see an influencer that I follow who posts about Fashion Nova and getting her coins from that. I would like to see you post about this too. Yeah. However, I'm not going to go into this mindset of thinking that you're not doing anything because you're not posting. I know that right now, social media, it's not what people used to say that it is. People used to make it seem like it's not reality, you know, don't pay attention to it. But in 2020, it is a part of our reality. Yeah. It is. It's not the whole being of it, but it's definitely a part of it, because you can tell a lot about somebody by their social media. So it is a part of reality. But I'm not going to quote unquote cancel anybody because you didn't make a post. Because a lot of people are just posting, and then behind closed doors, they're not saying or doing anything. They're not buying black. They don't support black people. They're just posting it because their PR told them it's a great thing to do. Post about this. Post this caption. Some of them don't even write their own damn caption. So it's just kind of like, don't be so caught up in that and thinking that if you ain't posting and you ain't talking about it, And a lot of celebrities have been feeling that pressure.
Yeah, did you see Desi Banks?
Who?
Oh, you know, okay, there's this comedian. He's on Instagram. And basically he posted, I guess a lot of people were on him saying that he's not supporting. So he posted a picture, and I guess he was totally incorrect, talking about this is what a protest is, this is what something. Basically he was contradicting two things, but he didn't know the backstory of one. So he lost a lot of his following.
Oh, I heard he went from like 1 million to 500K.
Yeah.
I said Zam. Like
Bruh.
500? That's $500,000.
And you see, he did all that. Why? Because people were pressuring him, like, oh, if you're not saying anything, like, silence speaks volumes and junk like that. So it's like, okay, well, shoot.
He should have just sat there and ate his food. Because 500K?
Yeah, 500K, bro.
And you know, only a few of them are coming back.
I don't know.
You're not gonna reach the full 500K no time soon.
Yeah, not no time soon.
Maybe 10K might come back, but
that's bruh.
You back to square two.
Like bruh, like, and he made an apology video saying, you know, I apologize. Some of you guys, you know, put me on and help me understand. You know, I just don't know what we can do. Let's figure out something we can do. So it's like, do y'all realize that y'all pressuring these people that y'all look up to for whatever reason? Y'all pressuring them, and they know nothing that they're talking about. They're coming out the booty talking about things because they're trying to make sure they keep you guys here.
But then again, it might be good to see that he didn't know, because now I'm seeing, wow, you really not paying attention. So it's kind of a good and a bad with that situation, because if you're a black person and I'm supporting you and you have no idea what's going on right now besides a glimpse, that to me is a problem. Like, I need you to know a bit more. So the fact that you're getting this wrong, it might make me kind of side-eye you a little bit. Like, I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't need you to be out here like, you know, you ins and outs, but
let's be real, that's not what his platform ain't activism. His platform is comedy.
True.
So if I go to watch Desi Banks, I ain't going to watch Desi Banks to talk about what's going on in the world. I'm going there for entertainment. That's so my thing is like, I don't understand why people look at these celebrities or people with a lot of following and look at them for inspiration. Like, I shouldn't be dependent on you to post something about what's going on. It should be dependent on myself. Like, I look towards you for a specific thing. I don't look towards you for everything. My favorite idol, if I look at them, it's because of probably their work ethic. I'm not trying to look at you for no black activism. So my thing is like, the fact that people are pressuring these celebrities, why is that? Like, why are you so pressed for them to do something if they don't care? Because I would hate the fact that I would have to come up to people and be like, excuse me, can you do this? Can you do that? You're not genuinely doing that because you care. You're doing it because you're trying to keep your following. Yeah. Which, unfortunately for Desi, he ended up losing.
A lot.
Oh.
So
yeah, he did.
I definitely get that. I feel like a lot of people want to see unity right now. I feel like a lot of people, they do want to see their favorite black celebrities, people that they look up to, people that are in these higher spaces in the entertainment industry where there is a lot of inequality going on as well. They want to see solidarity. They want to see that you're standing with them. They want your white counterparts to see that this person stands with their community as well. However, I'm just not going to put that much currency into it. Yeah. I'm not going to put that much stakes into it if you don't post. If you don't post and you don't say anything, of course it's going to make me wonder, but I'm not going to be so caught up in it to be like, oh, you're canceled, I'm no longer supporting you, because I don't know what you're doing behind closed doors.
That is true too.
I don't like people that do brag. Because to me, that's not genuine to me. Like the guy Virgil, I forgot his last name, who gave $50 to the movement.
And he's a millionaire.
And you should have just inquired ate your food. Like, you shouldn't have even said nothing, because it just makes you look like, wow, you're just doing this just to put it out there. So.
And you ain't put up nothing.
Did it all this like?
If you a whole you're worth $4 million. Only give me $50. That's probably your lunch.
And then he had to come back and explain it, and it was just like, just if you're gonna do something, just do it. Like, people don't always have to know what your left hand is doing. However, people do want to see solidarity. So I get both sides of it, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go full force into it and say that because this person is not posting, they're not supporting at all, because Alicia Keys does a lot. You know, Akon was doing a lot for Africa. People didn't even realize until other outlets started talking about it. Until people started putting it out there. But he wasn't on Instagram like, y'all, I gave these kids some clean water. Like, okay, then people will be like, oh, you know, you're clout chasing.
Yeah.
So when he didn't say anything, people were like, wow, like he's doing it off of the strength because he wants to. So sometimes people are then moving silence, but they're still on that front lines doing it in different ways. And for them, social media is the last thing on their mind. For some people, it really is. Like Alicia Keys, she does a lot.
Yeah.
She don't post about it though. She's not on Instagram and Twitter telling you, I just did X, Y, and Z so that the people know that I'm for the people. She goes all around. So that wraps up that. But before we head out, I just wanted to highlight Officer Crystal Smith, who, if you are on social media, then you saw a video of a young black officer reprimanding another officer for pushing a protester who was already on his knees with his hands up. He was not being violent. He was not being combative with the officer. He was on his knees with his hands up. And he pushed the young man, and the officer immediately reprimanded him for that. And that's what I like to see, because we need people inside of these spaces to hold each other accountable. There's only so much that people can do, you know. So if you're an officer and you see something, say something. If you're a teacher and you see a teacher mistreating a black student or any student, say something, because you're in that space. So I just really want to highlight Crystal Smith. Just thank you for showing us how to do it, because it took no effort for her to say, hey, we're not here for that. We're not doing that. So I just wanted to highlight her.
All right, y'all. So that concludes our episode. We also wanted to let you guys know the outlets you can find us on. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. Did I say that? And YouTube. So if you guys can, or whenever, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is A Brunch Session. Our Twitter is A Brunch Session Podcast. What else do we have? I think that's it.
We never post the day and time.
Okay, y'all. The day and time that we're supposed to post this is supposed to be on Fridays at noon. Hopefully this time for sure we get it up on Friday at noon. If it's not at noon, it's gonna be on Friday. So that's when y'all will see us.
All right. So we are going to end with our prayers always. So let's bow our heads, and I'm going to start. Lord, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for bringing us here together, God. And I also just want to send out a prayer for each and every person, that you may touch their heart. I know that right now we are living in a time where everyone is very angry, but I pray that the anger might not turn to bitterness. I pray that we may use our voices in constructive ways for our community, God, but that we may not combat violence with even more violence and killing senselessly. I pray that you may touch our heart, and that the enemy who is trying so hard to take the hearts from black and brown people, God, that we may protect ourselves and protect each other. Right now, Lord, we're living in a hard time right now with COVID, people being killed, fire, just all type of violence, God. And right now, a lot of people are losing hope. But I pray, God, for hope, and I pray for change. I pray that we can all come together, God, and hope for a better future for tomorrow. I know that the earth was never supposed to be heaven, so nothing is going to be perfect, God. We're going to have our heart attacks. We're going to fight. We're going to face sadness and criticism. But Lord, allow us to do it with grace. Allow us to do it with you on our side, God, fighting for us. The war has already the enemy has already been defeated by you, God. So allow us to just keep on fighting and protect our brothers and sisters out there on the front lines each and every day. Protect us all. And I pray for the hearts of those that are bitter and angry and have hatred, God. Remove that from their heart, Lord. In God's name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Peace.